Hey guys, I have with me today Judy Kain, CEO of Keep It Real Acting. She is the premier commercial acting coach. She's been doing it for a long time. She works a ton herself. She even bought her house from a commercial that she booked. So she is the girl to talk to. She has commercial acting classes, advanced acting classes. So you guys, here I am, a booking coach. We have the commercial booking coach here with me today, and I'm very excited to have her. I have you. I have you.
You have me. You
I
got
have
me,
you.
babe.
Okay. So, Judy, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got into the business? And
Okay. I came to Los Angeles, trained in Grotowski, which is a Polish lab theater. It's very movement-oriented, very experimental theater. Never, ever thought I would do a commercial. Poo-pooed commercials, until I was here for a few years and saw that that's where the money was. And I tried to get a commercial agent. I was told by numerous agencies that I was not a commercial type. This is back in the 80s, early 80s. I did find Commercials Unlimited. Judy Rich took me on, gave me a shot, and I am still with her today. She's still my agent today.
see, loyalty.
30
Do you hear loyalty? I just have to say that.
37 years she has been my
Wow.
agent, and I wouldn't know what to do without her. She gets me. She gets, who I am, my sense of humor, so she submits me for the right stuff. And, of course, all the other agents at the office do as well because of her. Right? That's my belief. So, yes, but I had to know who I was in commercials. I had to know what my point of view was, how I would go in and do it differently. I do not think that it's about trying to fit into a round peg if you are a square. If you're a square, be a square. Bring that to the copy. In other words, don't try to mold or figure out what they want because they don't know. They don't know what they want, but they know when you come in and embody this script and put your personality in it, boom, that's what they want. So it's spinning your wheels if you try to mold yourself to some idea of what you think they want, because then you're not being authentic. And the work for a commercial audition, sometimes it's one line, one word, is the exact same, Amy, as you teach theatrically. It's the exact same stuff, but people don't treat it as seriously because it's a commercial. Same previous circumstances. What do you want? How do you feel about this? Who are you talking to? Put somebody specific in the camera, someone from your life that you know, and talk to them. Make it more personal. Make it more coming from you. That's what makes a great audition. That's what I've done. I still sit in the lobby and make my notes on the copy. I write down things that things that might have happened to me to make me say that first line. So that first line's motivated. Who am I saying this to? Why am I saying it? How do I feel about it? And then I always do a button at the end. Always.
What kind of buttons do you do?
I keep it very simple. The next thing that I would say after the last scripted line. Just the next thing I would say, very short, 3 words or less. The next thing that I would say, and usually it's funny just because it's not anticipated. It's organic. It's the next thing that I would say in the given situation. And I am a little funny, so sometimes it comes out funny. But I don't try for humor. I don't try for it because the tone of commercials nowadays is very real. So they're not looking for big yucks. It may be funny, but it's in a subtle way. So I always really encourage actors in the classes that I teach, and I teach an A to Z commercial technique, which is 6 weeks of every kind of commercial audition you would ever go on. The MOS, where there's no copy, the personality question, spokesperson copy, scene work, improv auditions, and then we do the final week as a callback. So that's a basic technique. It gives you everything you need. And then I have advanced callback class, which really deals with what's happening in the callback. And each week I have an industry person come in And so the stakes are high, you're nervous, so we can see exactly what you're doing in the callback that trips you up. Usually it's you're too needy. Usually it's that actors, aren't making solid choices. They're afraid. They're afraid to, claim who they are.
I've heard from a lot of people, and I've experienced it myself, that the clients they're so corporate, and there's a coldness in the room.
Well,
So maybe you could answer to that. How do you deal with that complete, coldness?
well, I don't think it's coldness. I think that they, here they are, they're ad agency people or their clients, they don't know acting. They don't know. They're just happy to be out in LA and, and have their commercial being shot. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to direct an actor or access a performance. So if they feel the coldness, it's because this is out of really their comfort zone. It's out of their milieu. So the actor's job, in my opinion, is to go in and not need from them a warm reception. That you're there to be of service. You're there to help them. You're the one that they're going to cast. Make their life easy. They all can go home after you leave.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Tell us a little bit about some of your successful bookings and what you think you did during that time to create that success.
I think, in a nutshell, I took a risk. I took a risk in being myself. For example, I'll give you a couple examples. A direct TV spot that I had gone in for. It was not a lot of copy, but just a little bit of a setup. And then I come back at the end, and the two cable guys or plumbers are sitting there watching TV. And the script said the woman, my character, just clears her throat like, and I thought, well, that's not enough. So I added comfy. And of course, the whole room out of context, it might not be hysterical, but it was very funny in the moment, and the whole room just broke up laughing. And I knew I had it. And it was a huge spot, huge campaign. And I do believe I booked that.
So instead of clearing your throat, you said comfy.
Comfy, yeah. Like, in other words, you guys comfy, sitting on my sofa watching TV all day. One word, it's all it took, and I do believe that's why I booked that spot.
You remember the girl, the open girl?
Yes, Candy Milo.
Candy.
Yeah,
And
she added that too.
Yeah, she added that, and then she also, I think, licensed it, and then the license ran out, and then she didn't renew the license quick enough, and then Target stole it, and that's why they started using it with other people.
Oh, wow.
But that was hers because she brought that to the audition that time, right?
Yeah, and basically scripted it. But, many other examples of the same thing. I did this kind of Allstate, what was it for? Via insurance. We're supposed to be a bunch of insurance agents on safari. And... I was with a group of people for the callback, and I just mentioned to the guy next to me, I said, I'm going to jump in your arms. Right before I did, and I leapt up into his arms because we were supposed to be, being attacked by Bengal tigers. So
fantastic.
I leapt up in his arms, and he was a big enough guy to hold me, and of course it was very funny, and booked that spot too, and ended up being in the commercial, that little bit. But it's just taking a risk, not a wacky, out of the norm risk, but just knowing what you do well and knowing your distinctive point of view by the story that you as a person tell. Your face tells a story, who you are. If you're, the little bit more nerdy guy, be the nerdy guy. If you're a little bit more of the, like myself, dry, judgmental, do that. Bring it in.
I love it.
It's embracing. It's charming. It's engaging when you are yourself. And yes, there's various shades and variations of that theme, but lead with that. That's your strength, as opposed to trying to be. Most actors come in thinking that commercials you have to be perky and smile a lot, and it's a misnomer. It's just not the way. If you watch commercials, there's not a ton of smiling. There's pleasant.
Well, that's why the even the photos, commercial photos, have changed
Yes,
through the years
absolutely,
too.
absolutely.
Can you speak to that for a little bit?
Yes, and it's so important, the commercial headshot, or the headshot period for actors now, because it's just a thumbnail on a computer. That's how big it is. It hardly ever gets bigger, and that's what they see. So the story you're telling, again, has to all be in the eyes. We have to see what your face looks like, your hair. Sometimes the hair blends in with the background. We don't know where the hair ends, where the background begins. So lighting, background, all very important, but mostly, what's your point of view? Your essence needs to be there. And I don't know, I know for my agent, they only use my main shot. They click on that main shot. They don't have the time to go through my myriad of looks.
The ones that you paid all that money for?
Yes, that I paid all that money for, and go, let's see, which one should I submit for this? They just don't have time.
Okay, so the truth is your
main shot
should be...
got to have it all.
Yeah.
It's really got to tell your main story, and...
you got to figure out what that main story is.
You have to figure that out.
That's what people would come to you for.
Yes,
to
I
figure
do.
out figure out where they belong in commercials.
Yes, that's part of the class.
You're like my other half. So I talk about where people belong on television and TV series.
And in commercials,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I get
yes,
it.
And it is different. I think
Wonderful.
It's different. Commercials other than television. You may play different roles on TV.
No, it's absolutely
yeah.
different, which is why I think it's fabulous that you do that.
Yes.
Because it is different.
It is very different.
I do tell people, however, that when you start booking commercials and you start going out on co-stars, chances of you booking co-stars is greater.
Yes,
because
you become
it's
gain
just
visibility.
Yeah.
And nothing looks better on an actor than a recent booking.
No, nothing. Booking begets a booking.
Yes,
begets a booking.
your energy's
work
different.
Begets work, yeah.
The needy is gone, and that is hard. If you walk in, you haven't booked in a year, or 6 months. It just depends.
How
do you gain the confidence? And you have to really just put it back on, how can I be of service to these people?
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So, what's like a strong philosophy for you that you abide by in your daily commercial actress life? So I'm going to talk to you as a commercial actress right now.
Well, here's my bugaboo, my pet peeve. When you walk into a theatrical audition, when you walk into the lobby and you see the actors there, no one is talking to each other. They are all preparing. They're all working. When you walk into a commercial audition, no one is preparing. Everybody's talking. And to me,
I noticed that too.
It's insane.
Yes, it is. It's very loud.
And I think it's very loud. It's very loud, but yes, and actors are not
Well, I'm saying it's very loud because I'm trying to study.
Study, right,
and they're
exactly.
all very loud.
Yes.
It's really annoying.
It is annoying, and I think whatever
You're not taking it seriously.
Not taking it seriously, you're not preparing. There's many questions you can ask yourself about the scene, because it's a scene.
It's a small movie.
It's a little mini
movie.
You have to ask yourself questions, deepen your performance. It doesn't mean that you're doing a Chekhovian piece, but it means that you are, enriching your life and motivating everything. It shows up on camera, because that big eye don't lie. And if you're just phoning it in and saying a nice rendition of the copy,
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you look like. I mean, a lot of people try to get by on their looks, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I do think that commercials, maybe theatrical too, but commercials definitely, 50% is going to be your look, so you do need to make sure that you're marketing yourself right. It doesn't mean that you have to be beautiful. That's not what I'm saying. It's really, it's knowing who you are, and again, what your story is, what your facial story is. Who are you? And make sure that that matches. If you're more of a sassy gal and you've got this mousy, unkept hair, that's not a good story. Make sure that your hair is sassy. Or if you're more just the harried housewife, then your hair should have a harried housewife look. If you're the together coiffed businesswoman, then you should have that look. And it's really, that's your job.
I love it. How can people get in touch with you?
It's keepitrealacting.com. My email is keepitrealacting@keepitrealacting.com. A lot of Keep It Real. And Judy Kain, 818-901-8606. That's my number.
Tell them a little bit about the classes that you have to offer?
So we have our A to Z. That's a 6-week course. It covers, as I said, everything that you need to know, every kind of commercial audition you'll ever go on. We have the advanced callback class, which is a 4-week class in which I bring industry each week. 3 casting offices also view that final take and respond back with feedback. That's fantastic. And then we also have kids and teens classes, all on camera, all commercial technique, following that same format.
And you have that on Saturday as well?
On Saturdays, we start with, it's called The Next Step. It's 4 to 6-year-olds. We teach them how to come in and audition, do basically personality slates, because they won't be doing copy.
Right.
And then 6 and up, and then teens.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Is there anything you'd like to part with? Any parting words?
I love commercials. I love the opportunity.
And commercials love you.
Commercials love me. They've been very, very good to me. Yes, I have 23 Stars spots airing right now for the Stars Network.
Oh my goodness!
And they're just probably one of the best jobs I've ever done.
Oh my goodness, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Thank you, Amy.
Well, thank you, Judy.